So if you were here last week, you may remember that we put this slide up because, as we've mentioned the last few Sundays, we are on the threshold of a spending freeze here. And we know we're at this juncture in part because of the last of our moving expenses. And with regard to our general income, we know the giving tends to ebb and flow, especially during the summer. We had a few dips earlier in the year as well. Now, when it comes to money, we tread lightly around here, and for good reason. So many of us have been in churches where money has been weaponized. It's a biblical mandate to tithe. If you don't, you'll go to hell. Jesus won't love you, and you will have a very sad, sad life.
That's what we've been missing.
That's it. If that doesn't make up our shortfall, I don't know what will. But the thing is, because of our softer approach, because people have been burned by other churches, and because we are a mostly volunteer organization that is often stretched pretty thin, we take in about 2/3 of what other churches our size do in our regular financial giving. And the beauty of it is that giving has come from a spirit of authentic generosity and love, drawing from the divine light within, not as a response to any external coercion or toxic sense of obligation. Now, this level of income with its ebbs and flows has worked till now, obviously, and we know it's worked because here we are. It has supported the life of the church Doug has so carefully tended, stewarded, and in fact suffered to bring into being over the years. This continually beautiful unfolding that has been at once an authentic spiritual community, a deconstruction laboratory that's part of a larger movement, and a vehicle with a wealth of tools for transformation. It is unlike any place I've ever been a part of. I mean, I've been a member of many churches over the course of my life, and I will tell you, I didn't often see people change and grow as a result of their membership. I never did. But I see it here all the time. I see it in myself. I see it in my marriage. And if you've been with us for any length of time, I bet you see it in your life too. Now, these patterns of financial giving have worked for where we've been, but they aren't going to work for how we're growing and for where we're going at the forefront of this new reformation. We want more community, more spiritual growth, more transformation. Sometimes it can feel scary to want more, but everything that's brought us to this moment in time is pointing us to seeing it grow beyond our small community right here. And before we can really launch into all of that, we've got to take care of this shortfall. So, in speaking with some folks over the past week about this issue, a common refrain that I heard was, "I want to help, but what exactly do you need from me personally?" Which is an excellent question, as we've not yet given any sort of concrete direction about how each one of us can help. So I went ahead and did the math, y'all. Based on the average contribution of around $200 per month from each household, we're looking at asking you to consider upping your monthly contribution for each of the next 3 months by 33%, which averages out to an extra $65 a month or $16.50 per week through October, November, and December. And when I say averages, I'm taking into account that some households contribute much more, some aren't able to contribute financially at all, and it all works out. It always has. As we often say here, and I mentioned before, there is no coercion in the spiritual life, and that goes for money as much as anything else, especially if making a financial contribution is a burden. So, are you able to increase your contributions by this percentage? If so, what a tremendous help that would be. Can you do more? If so, thank you so very much. And can you not do this at all? If so, then don't. I'll be honest, I'm presently in that category myself. But not to worry, we've had shortfalls before and have always had people who've been able to step up and fill in the gaps, and we have no reason to believe this time will be any different. Whatever you can offer, it will be, as Doug says each week, an investment in authentic spiritual community that gives back a tremendous return as we take those gifts, amplify them, and pour them back into our lives together with love. Thank you in advance.